you should read John Green's books. All of them, actually. That being said, I haven't actually read any of them. I'm almost done with one of them. But with that also being said, I watch the YouTube videos he makes, and they're quite awesome. So I'm assuming that the rest of this book will be as good as the first part of the book. And that is quite awesome. I'm reading Paper Towns. It's a really good book. It's really interesting, and it's one of the only books that has caught my attention and held it. He wrote Looking for Alaska, An Abundance of Katherines, and he just wrote a book. It was like a collaboration. It's called Will Grayson, Will Grayson. I would recommend that you check out all of them, actually. This one is awesome. I would recommend you first watch the VlogBrothers videos and sort of get integrated into that, and I'll put a link in the underbar about, I'll put a link to his channel that he shares with his brother Hank, who is also made of awesome, and I will also put a link to a video that kind of explains everything, including French the Llama, and I think it has something about puff levels, and there was something about that in here. It was cool. I was excited. The VlogBrother followers are called the Nerdfighters, and he thanks them in his acknowledgements. He says, I would like to thank, and then down here it says, the Nerdfighters, who have taught me so much about the meaning of awesome. I think he's awesome for saying that in his book. I mean, that's just amazing. Amazing, amazing, and he's awesome. That's a picture of him on his cover. I can't get that to go away. Stupid reflection of my computer. You can see me. Anyway, that's him. John Green. Check him out. Awesome, awesome. Anyway, the video that explains everything, it has stuff to do about everything. It sort of gives a background of their channel and what they're trying to do and different sort of inside jokes. After you watch some of their videos, I would suggest reading their books. I read somewhere a lot of people think that you should read Paper Towns first, which is why I'm reading this first. I would probably say that's a good idea. Either this one, or I heard Looking for Alaska would be a good book to read first. And Will Grayson is his newest book. It actually came out just a couple months ago, I think, maybe in January or February. I'm not really sure when exactly, but I would read that last. And it says it's a collaboration. He wrote one chapter, then the other guy wrote another chapter. Just a little background, I think there are two people named Will Grayson, that's why it is repeated in the title twice. Well, it's repeated once, but the name is in there twice. And so the one guy writes from the one Will Grayson's perspective, and then John writes from the other guy's perspective, and it sounds pretty interesting. I'm excited to read it, but first I'm going to finish this one, and then I'm going to read Looking for Alaska, then An Abundance of Katherines, and then I will read Will Grayson, Will Grayson. That's all I had to say. I just felt like turning on the camera and talking, and I decided to talk about this book and other books. Another book video, yes, because books are awesome, and books are good for you, and you can learn a lot from books. I'm actually rereading the Harry Potter series since the last movie is coming out. I'm reading the book and then watching the movie. So I got done with the first one about a couple weeks ago, and I watched the first movie, and I'm in the middle of the second one. I'm actually about a third through the second one, and I'm actually watching the movie as I read it, so I don't know. But I can't read that book because this book is too good to put down. I can focus on this book so easily. Sometimes it's so hard for me to read books, I can't get into it, and if there are even small distractions, I can't really read it. But this one, I was at one of my friend's apartments, we were building furniture, that was today, and I couldn't stop reading this book. Every time we weren't putting together furniture, I started reading, and even though there was music playing and everything, I was reading, and she probably will watch this at some point. And so I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. I was actually focusing on what she was saying and reading at the same time. It was a little harder because I had to respond to what she was saying, but it is a very good book. Read it. Read it. So you should read his books and watch the VlogBrothers. I've been plugging for them a lot in most of my videos, but they are made of awesome, as are all of their viewers. And it's kind of neat because John is more of like a literature, humanities sort of guy, and Hank is more of a science, math sort of guy, so if you like one more than the other, like not of the guys, but of the subjects, that's great because you have the two different ones, and it's just a great channel, and what they're doing is really great, and so you should watch them. I highly recommend them. That's where we got the inspiration to make this channel, actually. Yeah, this is actually a library book, but I'm planning on buying all of his books because they are made of awesome. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. This is way longer than I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be like a 1-minute video of me saying, read this, read other John Green books, do it. But it was longer because I decided to ramble on and on and on about the VlogBrothers, and I don't really talk very fast because I get confused about what I'm saying and I forget what I'm supposed to be saying, and so it's just not a good thing for me to do. So anyway, I'm going to end this now before it gets any longer. Thanks for watching. See you next time.